The Ring of Fire annular eclipse comes on Saturday. Have an update for who will be clear and who will be cloudy. It's Lee Weather Team Meteorologist Joe Martucci. Thanks for clicking on this video. We're calling this eclipse the annular eclipse or the Ring of Fire eclipse. And look at this moon on the graphic. Watch what happens as it goes in front of the sun. You see that kind of fiery look as the sun still is a little bit bigger than the moon relative to us as we're looking into the sky. So the path of the annular eclipse, that totality area runs from Oregon into Nevada and then down into Texas here. Let's take a look at who's actually going to be in the path of totality. So we start off on the coast of Oregon here, and look at the time. This is going to be quick. So you got about 2 or 3 minutes to see totality if you're in this area. So we go to 9:17 a.m. here, and it's totality in Corvallis and Albany, getting into places like Coos Bay as well. But by 9:19, it's done. Now it goes into Nevada. It gets into Elko at 9:22 a.m. And then look, a couple minutes later, 9:25 a.m., it's getting out of here. So again, about 3 minutes or so is when you see that totality here when it gets dark. It gets over the Four Corners area at about 10:30 a.m. Mountain Time. And the biggest city that will see totality will be San Antonio, Texas here. And that will come at about 11:54 a.m. Central Time. And then by the time we get to noon on the Central Time Zone, 10 a.m. on the West Coast, it is over the Gulf of Mexico. So this is what we're looking at for our sky cover here, where you see that yellow line. That's who's in totality: Corvallis, Elko, Albany, the Four Corners. We talked about that. And as we go into the morning here, this is now when you start to see 40% of the moon blocking out the sun here in those darker colors. But you see on our forecast visibility, Corvallis, probably going to be mostly cloudy. That whole area that runs up and down the interstate going to be mostly cloudy. Elko's plenty sunny. We get a little bit later in the morning here. Now we're in totality in Corvallis. You're going to be, again, fairly cloudy. So it's already going to be dark anyway. This will make it extra dark, but you're not going to be able to see really that eclipse happen. Now we go a couple minutes later when it gets into Elko and you see a lot of white around there. And that means that we have clear sky. So yeah, it's going to get dark just because of the moon moving in front of the sun. And in Oregon, Western Oregon, we're still staying fairly cloudy into the morning here. It's pretty sunny as we go into Nevada. And as we go a little bit later into the morning, as that eclipse starts to fade away here, it's just more of the same as we go into the rest of the morning. And if you want to see how you can safely view the eclipse, my weather brother Sean Sublett from the Lee Weather Team has a video on how to DIY it. You can check it out on your favorite local news website.